and gentlemen, please welcome Jamie Foxx. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm rolling. I'm floating.
You're floating? Yeah, you must be happy.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, people are saying great things about you in this movie.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, you know, I saw... Good night, everybody. That's it.
Yeah.
What if that was it? It was great.
Out of here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the... I was looking at clips from this movie, and it looks like... I mean, I don't know if they used to do it with sound effects or what, but it looks like you're really getting hit in these football scenes.
I was getting mashed. I was getting crashed and torn apart. Sounds like a poem, but anyway.
A very beautiful poem.
Thank you. I had to take hits from guys that were 6'6", 300 pounds, and they could run like 4 or 5 40s. I don't know if you know how fast that is, but that's almost like 10 yards a second. These guys were like T-Rexes on the field. And the thing about it, they would challenge your manhood, you know, because the first time they hit me, he kind of cradled me down and gently, you know, Jamie Foxx'd me, you know.
Right.
And then
he treated you like a star.
Treated
he didn't want to hurt
the star that I was. And then
back in the late 50s, yeah.
Then the stunt coordinator's like, Jamie, that's not going to work. And that's where he challenged my manhood. Now, if you want the double to take the hits, that's fine, but it's not going to look as good. We're not saying that you're less of a man or that you're feminine. You want to sit on the sideline and get a facial like all the other stars do, then that's fine. But so I was like, yo, you know, you challenged my manhood. So I stood in there and I took the hits and everything. So, you know, it made it look real. And then after that, I had like Tylenol, like a Tylenol IV, actually.
Did you really feel that bad afterwards?
You felt bad, I mean, because you didn't realize, you know.
What's it like when someone that big hits you? I don't think people understand when they watch.
It hurts you all down in here.
Okay, I don't want to know about that.
Well, I'm just saying. It really jars you because you don't realize that these guys do this every single day. It's like car wrecks happening, you know, like at 100 miles an hour. It was just a crazy film. Now
you had to get in shape for this. I mean, in the movie, one thing you can't, you know, fake is we must have worked out and lifted weights and everything.
I gained about 15 pounds. I was about 190. I was ripped, cut. I was bench pressing about 325. I almost got too big. I started to look like Mike Tyson a little bit because, you know, all up in here.
I mean, your neck started to fill out.
And my voice started getting higher. You know, you think I'm losing too much weight? I'm losing too much weight here. Mike Tyson.
That's what happens to anybody when they lift too much?
When you get too big, you start to sound like Mike Tyson or Jay Leno. It's the same one. They do sound alike,
They sound kind of similar.
Jay Leno, Mike Tyson. Same person.
What happens when Mike Tyson gets the Tonight Show?
Oh, man, that's going to be something else.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, but, and then the way I got the movie was interesting, too, because Oliver Stone, obviously.
He's the director in this movie.
He's the director in the movie. Al Pacino stars in it. And at first, they didn't want me for it because Warner Brothers only knew me as the comedian.
Right.
So they wanted to see me throw a football. So I went out and I made like this videotape of me throwing the ball, made it look like a mini training camp, and then the guy's name, the character's name is Willie Beeman. So I get out of my Mercedes and I made up a chant called Willie Beeman. My name is Willie Beeman. I keep the ladies screaming, and I'm a fans. So we took that and we made this whole, you know, tape and we turned it in, and that's how I actually got on the film.
No, that's great. You took the initiative, right?
Exactly.
See, I've been pegged as just a comedian. They won't let me play an amazing athlete in film.
I see.
And I feel that's wrong.
And you know, I mentioned your name for...
How'd it go over?
It didn't go over well.
I didn't think so. No. Well, Cameron Diaz, beautiful, beautiful woman.
Wow.
In this movie. What's it like working with her?
Beautiful white woman.
I forgot to specify. Okay.
Well, you don't have to do that because sisters be like, looking at that white girl. I know what you're doing. No, but she was very beautiful, very talented, and we had some scenes. That's, you know, and when you see the movie, you'll see the scenes that I'm referring to. I'm in the dressing room, and I have my jock strap on, and she comes in. And yeah, I could leave it at that, but I'll tell you the rest. Because I had to actually take the jockstrap off a few times.
What? In the scene with
In the
Cameron
scene,
Diaz?
in the scene with
I could
Cameron
not
Diaz.
Yeah, good for you.
I was comfortable with it though. And basically, what I was doing was giving her a small showcase. Well, a showcase. A showcase of what she may, just in case we start dating, this is what you may, run into. I mean, this
Run into?
No, I didn't mean it like
What the
that.
hell was that? Watch it.
No, I'm just kidding.
What the hell?
But I knew she.
Yes, occasionally you run into him.
Yeah. But she looked, I think.
Yeah, she did?
But it was real quick though.
Yeah.
It was just like and up and right back up. But when you slow that down, it was like, oh my God.
We got to get that footage. Where's that footage?
I don't think they ran out of tape. I'm just serious. I'm just serious.
Now you're also working with one of the greats,
Yeah.
Al Pacino. What's that like? Because you have some intense scenes
Yeah.
with Al Pacino. What's that like doing an intense scene with him?
It was very intense. I was a little intimidated when I first met him. Met him at a restaurant. It was like a la Scarface, Godfather. It was like Scarfather in a sense. They were like both of them at the same time. But what he liked to do is he liked to rehearse. And he made me feel comfortable because of the fact that he approached it like he had never done anything before. And so I think the hard thing was to hate him, because in the scene, I'm like a turbulent quarterback who's calling my own shots, and he's the coach that's trying to keep me, on the straight and narrow. So, but it was hard because he was such a cool guy.
Right.
And there was some drawbacks also working with him, because he'd yell, and he'd be this close to you. Right in here, and sometimes he'd have a lot of spittle, I guess you would call it, saliva, and you're taking it because it's Al Pacino. So I'm weathering the storm. But there was this one time where he had a little one right here, and he said something that had like a F or a T, or you do with your freaking toe, and it bounced from all the way over there and hit me right here. So when I said my line, I was like, well, the thing about it is. I'll tell you what. But other than that, man, it was great. It was a great cast.
I want to see that scene.
And it's a huge film. Jim Brown, Johnny Unitas, LT. I got to tell you these guys: Bill Bellamy, LL Cool J, Dennis Quaid, Lauren Holly, Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
It's like a big jazz.
And you shot this thing you shot this movie in Miami. Did you like Miami?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Do you like to go to the beach and hang out? Are you a beach guy?
I wasn't until I went to Miami, because there was a lot of pretty girls on the beach. Because usually brothers don't go to the beach until like 6 in the afternoon because it's so hot. And I was there like 10:30. Like man, this is something else out here, But it was a lot of like beautiful women, and the food was great. And Oliver Stone, who likes, to have women on the set for.
What?
Because they were in the movie. They're in the movie.
Because they're in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't want to get a letter or
can we go to something else?
Yeah. Well, we're out of time. What do you know? Any Given Sunday in theaters now.
Yeah.
And the Jamie Foxx show is on Fridays at 8 o'clock.
Make sure you tune in. We need you.
Okay, and it's the WB. They'll go. And then you're hosting Saturday Night Live on January 8th. That's great. You'll do a great job at that.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming
Thank
by.
you.
Congratulations on everything. Jamie Foxx, everybody. Felicity Huffman is coming up shortly. But first, ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that tonight's show, believe it or not, is brought to you in part by Parfum Decor. Get this. They've invented the first combination snow globe and spray cologne. I am not kidding you. A company really combined a snow globe with spray cologne. So this Christmas, why don't you buy one and shoot it out of a cannon and into a wall? How about it, John? They asked me to mention the product. All right, we're going to take a break. Felicity Huffman coming up. We'll be right back. Stick around.